Okay, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen who are watching this video. And actually today I'm very much happy to introduce Pirjo Suhonen to you. And Pirjo is a global education influencer in Finland. She's also a digital teacher training on Finnish education, and she's education influence expert in the Satakunta University of Applied Sciences. And so welcome on board, Pirjo. And just before going to Pirjo, I am just telling about me shortly. My name is Atiqul, and I am a psychiatrist and a psychiatric researcher. And I work in Finland and in Bangladesh. And here my goal is to promote the Finnish education system, to highlight some of its big influences on their people, and so that people from other countries from around the globe can be encouraged to follow this system. And Pirjo is an expert in this in this thing, and she's an education expert. And so, Pirjo, the floor is yours, and you can go. And if needed, I can ask you questions. So please, I'll be extremely happy if you first say a bit more about yourself and your work and your experiences. Pirjo.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Thanks a million. I mean, your introduction was pretty good already, and maybe I just explain a few more words about ALO Finland, which I founded a few years ago after I did my master's on educational technology. I used to teach myself. I'm a teacher myself, and I used to teach in Brussels in a European school in the English section. And because I was the only Finnish teacher there, everyone kept asking me that what is the secret behind the Finnish success, and not just the educational outcomes, but we have a very high innovation index, and also happiness. We are a fairly happy country. We live in a fairly safe country still. So therefore I started to dig in deeper myself, and I took some teachers to visit the schools in Finland, and it was one of them who tossed the ball for me and said that why there isn't an online opportunity for this. And I thought that it's actually an excellent idea, because it should be the teachers who visit the schools in Finland and elsewhere, because they are the ones who really make the magic happen in their schools and classrooms. I mean, in the end, you can have brilliant curricula and brilliant school owners who know the vision and mission of the school. But if the teachers fail in the implementation of it, then it's just theory which doesn't meet the practice. And this is what I try to find the solution, is to share some practical examples from Finland, how Finnish teachers teach and how Finnish kids learn, to give a little door opener to Finnish way of thinking and learning. So there.
Okay, so good. So it was a really nice introduction and some background about your work. And so, Pirjo, do you think it would be even better for the audience and for who is watching this video, if you can share something, some presentation or some slides, if you wish.
Well, at the moment, I don't have any presentations here, but I think it's best that we just have a chat about it. I mean, I enjoy the discussions more than doing
good.
the monologue, because this is another thing that what I'm trying to change is that I really enjoy flipped classroom, where teachers talk less.
Yes.
And students think more and are active members of the lesson. So this is why it's better that we talk and interact and collaborate in sharing.
Excellent. So my first question to you is that Actually, we know that Finnish education system is one of the best. I think it is the best education system in the world. And now, why it is unique? What are the key points that those make it make the big difference, in your
Uh,
opinion?
well, teachers are definitely the key. And it's our teachers, you have to have bachelor degree to teach in preschool and master's degree to teach in primary school and secondary and higher you go. So they are really well trained, highly trained. This means also that we trust our teachers and because they trained as highly as doctors and lawyers, for example, that we don't have someone breathing over their neck all the time, that we trust that they know what is best for the kids in their classrooms. Also, we do have a national and local curriculum, but however, it's really wide. It's very broad. It doesn't give so much instructions, and it leaves a lot of autonomy and freedom for teachers to choose which tools they use, which methods they use. So it's just it really depends. The learning should always begin from the kids in your class.
Yeah.
This year I might teach this and that and the other. Next year I look at the kids and their levels of learning and I see it as a teacher what they need to be support with most, and what I can do faster, what takes more practice, etc. I always say that teaching, well, first of all, it's like an art form. It's very creative process, both teaching and learning. They shouldn't, I mean, at least I haven't seen a manual that you can follow step one, do this, step two, do this, because it always, you can have guidelines and you can have lesson plans, but I would never ever follow them like directly. You always need to add the personal teacher's element to it and learner element to it. That human touch that really makes the difference. And what else I was going to say? The teaching is like an art form, and then there was something else, but I lost it now. Maybe it comes back to my.
Okay. Yeah. It reminds me of my way of in my professional life, because whenever I treat my patients, or I conduct some sessions, maybe counseling or meditation sessions, I always try to innovate something from my own. I never follow what is written in the textbooks or in the instructions manuals. For example, for psychotherapy, there are some quite protocols, but I found them very much clumsy, and they just don't work. And if I want to follow them, I just become like a robot, and my fluency, my transparency, it all gone, and I just follow the instead. So it's the best way to do something innovative out of the box, and that you are doing, and then that's excellent. And then now I am my question is, Pirjo, so what is, because I know about some you have some professional some offers, and there's something to do for which can be helpful for any institutions around the world, so they can adopt the Finnish education system. So, what is the secret of this innovation by you? Because it's a bit new. I have not heard it before you about this kind of opportunities.
Okay, cool. It's I mean, I was fascinated when I was doing my master's. I got really interested in MOOCs, massive open online courses, because I find global education really important and inspiring. And this is why I really wanted to create MOOCs, because then I could reach out to volumes of teachers. And I was hoping to create courses where teachers could learn and learn with and from and for other teachers. But fairly quickly I realized that MOOCs, if you only run it as a MOOC, it sort of fails. You still need to add that human flavor to it, which means that I need to be involved. That's why you can still reach out to quite many people, have webinars for 100 people, for instance, etc. But you need this interaction going. I mean, you can use chat and the rest of it in MOOCs, but it's better when you can bounce back ideas and questions and answers online directly. When something comes up to your mind, it just makes learning more personal rather than just learning
Passive.
on screens. I mean, it was quite nice to see that teachers did start to comment on each other's questions, that I didn't always have to answer all the questions that some other teacher already answered, and maybe even in better words than I would have done. And that was the main idea of it. But they basically online courses, so that because the idea was that I wanted to be teachers' eyes and ears, that they could see the schools. I went to school, quite many schools. I found the really amazing ones, like an environmental school and coding lessons, etc. And I took videos and I interviewed kids and teachers and principals and took loads and loads of photos, not just in the classrooms, but around the schoolyard, corridors, the school building, how it looks like, just to try to be their eyes and ears, because to fly all the way to Finland, to stay in hotels and eating out, it costs a lot of money. So if you can do it online, it's way more affordable. It's not the
Of
same.
course.
I agree. It's not the same. It's more fun to come here and experience the Finnish culture and the rest of it. But it's still okay.
And of course you have some proven efficacy, and so you have received feedback, so that you can say that yes, these methods have been proven to be efficient in some schools where you have conducted your sessions and your program, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
So
it's nice
actually,
because
yes.
they all get a certificate after also. So I'm hoping that I can promote teachers in that way also, that they have the certificate to prove that they've done this. So
Perfect. Excellent. And so, yeah, it's a very genius idea. Excellent idea. So, what kind of courses are you offering for the schools and for different institutions? So, what are the categories? Is the short courses, or all courses are the same? Or what are the variations? What are the contents in brief? If you can just say, it would be very nice.
yeah, mainly it's the main interest I've noticed is that is the 21st century competencies and phenomenal learning, because every single country is talking about 21st century competencies, and they are quite often fairly same. They might name them differently, but when you dig in deeper, you can see that they are exactly the same what every country is talking about. We live in the age of AI, so creativity, innovative thinking, critical thinking, media literacy, communication and collaboration, entrepreneurship. Those are the 21st century competencies which are needed more and more already now, and even more so in the future. And then, and of course, ICT skills. Then the other one that interests people is the play, creativity, and active learning. That's another course. And then there is coding and collaboration. But it's not just about coding. It's more about I call it the Finnish double flip. If you have heard of flip classroom, Salman Khan created it when he uses video to teach the content, and when you come in the classroom, you collaborate.
True.
I did that, but I also made the learners to become teachers. Thus, it's a double flip. So,
Okay.
so far it's been used in an orphanage to teach yoga and gamified mathematics and all sorts. So
Wow.
the sky is the limit how you use the methods. But I use
Yes.
coding to do that, and it's just an example. And again, a door opener to see how teachers can teach in Finland. And then there's gamified mathematics, a really good mathematics game, which was created in my hometown, and it's based on AI. And again, it's not just about mathematics, but it's more about the method, because with technology you need hand in hand innovative pedagogy, and I argue that plays even a bigger role when it comes to technology. I hate the idea that kids are only learning on screens, but technology can add a nice flavor to it, to learning in schools and classrooms and beyond. But you need to be really creative with it, that you don't just give an iPad that there you go, play a game. But so there. And then one of them was environmental education. And they doing really exciting work, and they got a lot of visitors all over the world coming to see their schools, because they really taken their learning outside of school and classroom. They use the whole village as their learning environment. So there are some really, I really enjoyed doing it. I learned a lot. I met some really incredible teachers. And I must say that when I've been doing this, because I love, it's my kind of way of traveling also when I talk to people all over the world. I mean, my voice has traveled from Alaska to Australia, Singapore, and even more places. So, and it's all thanks to what I'm doing. And every time I run the course, it adds to my teaching also, because there are so many things that you can do. And I always also say that you cannot copy paste Finnish education or any other education elsewhere. There isn't copy paste option that let's take it and bloom. You have to make it yours. So it's beautiful to see. Quite often when I start, the teachers are all puzzled, and normally there is a principal also, and they're a bit confused that, so what do you exactly want us to do? But once they start the learning process, it's incredible what ideas they come up with, and it's beautiful to witness.
Wow. Yes. So they, the teachers, they start to be creative on their own.
I think so.
It's so much pleasant for them.
It is. And not just on their own, but I'm hoping that when they do the course, because Finnish teachers, they don't compete, they collaborate. And it saves a lot of time, and it improves education, because you can learn so much more when you visit different schools and visit different teaching styles. And just simple little solutions that teachers come up with on daily basis to make the day run better and make the kids' brain go click. So when I'm asking them to go in small teams, and like the phenomenal learning course, I ask them to do a phenomenal learning project together. And there needs to be, well, it depends how big the group is that is learning with me, but normally there's 3 to 5 teachers, and they come up with something together. So it's kind of if they learn like a Finn, then it's easier for them to teach like a Finn.
Wow. Excellent. Great example. Thank you, Pirjo. And one idea just came to my mind. It's a hypothetical, say it is a hypothetical classroom or course where I'm a teacher. And and my question as a teacher to you is that okay, I know I have learned, I've heard that in Finland it is more emphasis is given on outdoor education. So kids or students learn from more from outdoor. They visit, they have tours, they have this kind of activities, many outdoor activities. But in a country like Bangladesh, we have some limited facilities to take our kids because there are the problems with security and so on. And there is the traffic and the huge rush of traffic. So how can we resolve this issue, and how can we comply with your system of Finnish education? How we can mitigate this problem?
That's a good question, and I faced the similar situation in few other countries also, that there's a lot of bureaucracy needed to take the kids outside, and also they find it too risky because it has made into too complicated. So then I say that, well, if you can get to the mountain, ask the mountain to come to you. So if there are local entrepreneurs who are willing to contribute to education, and most of them they do, because it's good for them also. I mean, use the local society to help. If there's a banker who wants to come and tell kids about the money and how banks function, or business owner, or if there's an environmental, I don't know, office
Activists.
or activist or someone else, ask them to come and tell, because they have so much broader view of it. And then it's more authentic for the learners to learn from someone who's actually doing the job, rather than a teacher trying to find out and then deliver. And it's more fun also. It's not always the teacher giving you the same info. And also the teacher will be educated while a banker comes and talks about, and then you update your own knowledge.
Yes.
I mean,
True.
currently I'm actually organizing an event in Finland for teachers. And the main idea is that it has got nothing to do about pedagogy or education, but more about the life surrounding us. So we are going to have people, business people talking to us, politicians, journalists, whoever we can think of, something topical, what's happening in the world right now. And a lot of times it's quite incredible, actually. We can't afford to pay anyone, but many of the people are quite willing and happy to contribute when it comes to education, because most of the people understand that we playing with our future. If we educate our young ones, it's better for all of us. It will pay dividends for all of us.
True, and it is really excellent, and I can just say about one term. It is called OBH, overfitted brain hypothesis, and this term actually comes into light after the innovation in machine learning, because for machine learning, a computer or a AI is not just only fed with the relevant information, rather it starts from the scratch. And it is being fed with diverse types of information, not only the information which is specifically needed for that kind of skill. So if I am a teacher, if I just involved only in teaching or stuff like this, my brain will be just fatigued. And for example, I am a psychiatrist and a psychiatrist researcher, and I just solely only go with psychiatry, it will be boring. And I will be just a copy-paste psychiatrist. But what I am doing now, I am just thinking about education for the youth. So this is not truly just of my field, but I like it. It is my passion. So this is the way of creativity. So excellent. You are doing it is fantastic.
No, thanks a million. Lovely to hear. Lovely to hear. I'm doing my best. We need to innovate education also, because the world keeps spinning, so we can't stay still.
Yeah. So that's good.
Okay.
So, Pirjo, thank you, because I know that you have a shortage of time. You have some other programs. So I am really extremely happy to be here. I am so glad and so grateful to you to give me the opportunity to have you today in my session so that people can know more about your work and your innovative this kind of aptitude. So it would be encouraging, and I hope many schools and many institutions would be encouraged to follow this, and they would contact with you and or contact with us so that we can make some and we can make a better future by educating our youth in a better way. Thank you,
Ex-
Pirjo, for today's
Thank
session.
you. The
It's
pleasure
a
is
great
all
session.
mine.
Thank you.
Okay. I think it's still recording.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's still there.